All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Tennessee Titans are having a spectacular offseason. It is flying so under the radar. They're doing something very specific that I absolutely love. We're going to talk about that in just a second because the L'Jarius Sneed trade last night or yesterday, whenever the hell it was, that is very indicative of every move they have been making in the last, especially this offseason, but even when they drafted guys like Will Levis at last year's draft. You're trading for a star cornerback. L'Jarius Sneed, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the video. You're giving up only a 2025 third-round pick and a 2024 seventh-round pick swap. Like, that is literally highway robbery. You can type in highway robbery onto Google, and you will get this L'Jarius Sneed trade to the Tennessee Titans. It's going to sign a 4-year, $76 million contract. That's going to be about $19 million annually. That will rank third in the National Football League. But once again, L'Jarius Sneed is a versatile star cornerback. And the very important word I want you guys to notice in that sentence is the word versatile. So when you look at the Tennessee Titans offseason, you can be thinking to yourself right now, even outside of the or even including the Brian Callahan hiring of head coach, that are getting more versatile. They are going to be able to actually sustain winning. I feel like in these last couple of years, as much as I loved Ryan Tannehill, as much as I loved Derrick Henry, obviously you got to love guys like Danico Autry, Azeez Al-Shaair, Sean Murphy-Bunting. Like, they lost some talented players, especially Derrick Henry, but they are getting more versatile, and it is going to be a much better, more efficient, more effective, but most importantly, a bigger time play offense. All right, it's going to be completely different next season, especially with the addition of Calvin Ridley. But before we get into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. You guys ran up our Titans video from last week. I appreciate it so much. Titans fans, if we could try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So, the thing with the Titans in the last couple of years was it kind of felt like a one-trick pony where it was, this like highly focused, highly emphasized, really good, sneaky defense, right? The Tennessee Titans, a couple of years ago, you won 12-5. You were the first seed, unfortunately, first round exit after the bye. But the offense was so ran through Derrick Henry. And now what you are going to see with Will Levis, Calvin Ridley, Tony Pollard, DeAndre Hopkins, Treylon Burks, even backup running back Tyjae Spears, who had a great rookie season with 4.5 yards per carry. He also chipped in 385 receiving yards. They're getting more versatile, and they are getting more crafty, and they are going to be more explosive. Now, obviously, a lot of this kind of revolves is pretty big on Will Levis and what his future looks like. We're going to talk about that, but just because it's on topic here, let's talk about L'Jarius Sneed. So I saw this move, or like Bleacher reported this, article where they were giving like one word for every NFL team's offseason thus far. And I can't say this word, superfluous. I don't even know if that's how you say that word, but the point is this: here was their like sentence explanation for the Titans. A team that is destined not to contend anytime soon spent too much money on hit or miss veterans on both sides of the ball. I don't see that in any way, shape, or form. I don't think Calvin Ridley, I don't think Lloyd Cushenberry, I don't think Kenneth Murray, Tony Pollard, Owunzie, I don't think L'Jarius Sneed, I don't think actually a single move the Tennessee Titans have made this year are like potential swing and miss on veterans. I don't see that in any facet. Once again, we are now in a more offensive-centric league, and they got very versatile playmakers in both Calvin Ridley and Tony Pollard. Will Levis, rookie season, unfortunately did get injured there at the end. Ryan Tannehill was the starter to start the season, but Will Levis impressed. And we always talk about on this channel, that game, that Monday Night Football game against the Miami Dolphins where they won it. I saw something, and so did everybody watching that damn game. You saw something in Will Levis that makes you hopeful, and it makes you think that this Tennessee Titans team and their future and their current present state, especially with the hiring of Brian Callahan as your new head coach, they're trending, or not, they're not even trending. They're just shifting into a new direction, and they're getting with the times here. And so speaking on L'Jarius Sneed, The dude's a beast. He had a career year back in 2022. He was just placed on the franchise tag from Kansas City after the 2023 season. In 2022, 3 interceptions, 3.5 sacks, 11 passes defended, 3 forced fumbles, 118 tackles. Although those stats are great, those are great stats on paper, but his impact is even crazier on the field. He's 27 years old. He had a really solid 2023 year, 2 interceptions, 14 passes defended, 1 fumble recovery, 78 tackles in 16 games. In the postseason, he had 3 pass breakups, 1 forced fumble, and 17 tackles to help the Kansas City Chiefs win back-to-back Super Bowls. Just kind of goes to show, just like every move they have made this offseason, they are becoming more versatile. They are becoming more crafty. And that is exactly what you want to see from the Tennessee Titans. In the last couple of years, once again, I just think it was so one-dimensional with Derrick Henry on the offensive side of things. And that's not to say that Ryan Tannehill couldn't throw the football well because he's so underrated in his own regard, but you go out there, you pick up DeAndre Hopkins, you pick up Calvin Ridley. Oh, by the way, the Tennessee Titans still have the 7th pick in the draft. Folks, can you imagine an offense next season? And you got your center, Lloyd Cushenberry. Can you imagine the Tennessee Titans next year? Let me just give a hypothetical. I know most of sports is hypotheticals, but just hang with me for a second. Let's say Will Levis on paper and on the field is going to be an above average quarterback. You're pairing him up with Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears, and they still need a tight end outside of Okonkwo, who's done a phenomenal job, but you could continue to bolster it. Not that they need a tight end, but you get what I'm saying. You have the 7th pick in the draft. Could you imagine if Brock Bowers joins this team? Could you imagine if Malik Neighbors joins this team? I mean, the offense next season with Brian Callahan and Will Levis is going to be something that we caught glimpses of. We had tastes of last season. Well, Will Levis was officially as the QB1 in Tennessee. But you get what I'm saying here, man. I don't think that they are doing anything wrong. And I don't think that they're destined to contend anytime soon, spend too much money on hit or miss veterans on both sides of the football. By the way, that's exactly what the Houston Texans did 1 year ago. And how'd that work for them? It worked pretty damn well. If you get the QB spot right and you surround him with weapons and you surround him with an offensive line and you surround him with an above average defense like the Tennessee Titans have and a good offensive minded head coach, well, guess what? That's the recipe right there. Good things are coming. Good things are destined for the Tennessee Titans, man. Don't listen to the haters. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's it for me. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you guys want more Titans videos, definitely let me know down below. But, guys, let me know your thoughts on the L'Jarius Sneed trade. And then also let me know your thoughts on the Tennessee Titans offseason in 2 weeks as a total. Give me a grade letter. That's it for me. Have a great rest of your weekend. We will see you soon.